a little cold and a little gray. And so I'm trying to practice all that I preach and be happy and alchemize this cold gray weather. Although I was just telling my friend Kathy McKay that I kind of hate her for being in Florida right now. But I am very grateful, and I will be in the Dominican Republic for 3 weeks, January 17th through February 5th. So I really can't complain, can I? So welcome back. Um, I would, I'm actually going to go through my thing, and then anybody who would like to volunteer to be on screen when we go through our mindset reset after I do my little talk, that would be awesome. So this morning, I want to talk to you about anti-fragility. This has been a really eye-opening concept to me in the past couple of years. And those of you that know me and are close to me know some of the things that I have gone through in my life. And I always prided myself on being strong, being resilient. And then I learned this concept of anti-fragility. And so there's three things. You could be fragile, right? So life hits you hard and you break. And we all know, we all get kicked in the face. We all get punched in the gut. It happens. So what happens to us? Do we break? Well, like I said, I always prided myself on being strong and being resilient. But what I didn't realize is all I was doing was preparing myself to withstand being kicked in the face and all of those things. And so you obviously at some point are going to break. But what I did was even worse. I started using crutches to get through or to survive, right? So here I am, I'm strong and I'm resilient, and I have these crutches like, drinking at night or binge watching too much TV or eating junk, whatever those crutches are for you. And there's never any judgment in this. It's just a matter of awareness. Trust me, I still lean on some like crutches, but I'm more aware of it and it's not a necessity. And yeah, I was really proud, and I'm strong and I'm resilient. But that is survival mode. And then there is the third mode, which is the mode where I live now. It's anti-fragility. This is the more you get kicked around, the stronger you get. Not where you're like sitting here like this, like, all right, bring it on. You are strong, proud, beautiful, knowing that you're going to get stronger no matter what life throws at you. So you're welcoming it. I love this quote: wind extinguishes a candle, but fuels a fire. So think about that for a minute. And if you think about fire, anything that gets thrown in the fire helps it grow. So let's start doing that, right? Metaphorically, taking all these issues, problems, things that annoy us, and throw it into the fire and have it fuel our flame and fuel our growth. So how do you build anti-fragility? Well, you build it by doing the practices that we've been talking about here all week, having a morning routine that works your body, works your mind, and works your hopes and your dreams with visualizations and affirmations. You also build anti-fragility by having a high level of agency, right? Complete ownership, so that the stress will fuel your journey. You come to expect because you are putting forth big, giant goals, right? Even if that goal is just being the best version of you or whatever your big, giant goals are, but you have these giant goals, of course, stress is going to come along with that. And someone said to me yesterday, oh, well, I don't stress. I don't mean like biting your nails and freaking out. Stress is a reality. Stress is what happens. Stress, tension, friction are all a part of life. That's how we were born. We were born under stress, tension, and friction. And then boom, we come out, right? That is life. That is the cycle of life. So you cannot avoid stress. It's just a matter of where are you going to ride the wave? Are you going to ride the wave up here? Right? Or are you going to ride in the middle and crash? So that's the big deal. So expecting it as part of the journey, like I said yesterday, eating stress like an energy bar, bring it on, a challenge versus a threat. And then alchemizing these challenge is into fuel for optimizing growth. And that's where we want to be. There's another acronym that I like to use instead of like, OM, we're going to use OMS, which is OMMS. Obstacles make me stronger. And if you can live this, believe this, and as soon as it comes on, take it as an algorithm, right? An algorithm is if this, then that. And we spoke about it yesterday. So when it gets piled on, that's when you need to double down on those routines, your exercise, your meditation, your breath work, whatever it is that you do. Because a lot of people do different things. Running, if you're running without headphones, is meditation, right? There's lots of things that are meditative in quality. So then the last thing that I like to do that helps build this anti-fragility way of being is affirmations. This is super powerful. So affirmations are the little things that happen every day that trigger you, right? We all love that word trigger. These things trigger you. And so instead of allowing them to trigger you into a negative space, you change that algorithm. If this, then that, you get triggered into the opportunity of showing up as your best version of yourself. So that is an affirmation versus an affirmation, right? Affirmation is you're telling yourself things to help change your mindset. Affirmations are things that you can actually do to change how you react when you are triggered. Let me give you an example. My beautiful daughter, Julia, she was like crashing the car like once a month for an entire year. No joke. Just one thing after the other, after the other. And I was able, most of the time, I was not perfect with it because it got to be like, like it's just nerve-wracking because if you know me, my older daughter had a really terrible car accident about 15 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago. But anyway, so after like the fifth or sixth accident, I get the call and she's hysterical. She's more reacting to how I'm going to react than what she's actually going through. I mean, how shitty is that? That's not the kind of mom I want to be. I don't want my daughter in fear of how I'm going to react. This is her life. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'm paying for the car or whatever, but still, right? So taking that opportunity when she calls me and being hysterical to be able to actually be there for her and be present instead of acting from a place of scarcity and fear, like, oh my God, they're going to cancel my insurance. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. It's already happened. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And so being able to, on a dime, go into being a present mother, a caring mother, a loving mother, rather than the mom that's just going to give you shit, which she was already doing that for herself, right? So that's an opportunity for an affirmation. Or this morning, I go to doctor's appointments with my husband. He's had a couple of years. He's doing great right now, by the way, but couple of years of some intense medical issues. And he comes in and tells me, oh, that appointment's at 9, not 9:30 this morning. So anyway, I reacted, kind of like at first, and then I had an opportunity to go back and redo it. And affirmation is not going back and apologizing. It's going back and actually redoing the scenario the proper way. Okay. So these are affirmations. And remember, we are trying to be better human beings. Our ultimate goal is to actualize our potential. And everything that helps us get there is a gift, is a blessing. So those things that go wrong or are annoying or are triggering you are actually opportunities for you to build this anti-fragile way of being, and bring you a lot more peace and joy. If I had stayed in a reactive state with my husband, it would have carried throughout the day. Instead, I was able to go back and say, look, I would just really appreciate blah, blah, blah. And I definitely didn't mean to come at you, looking for, and just became loving. And that's an awesome opportunity for me to be able to affirm that best version of me, because it's not easy all the time. And so instead of saying, yeah, well, I want to be the best version of me and I want to do this, but this keeps happening and that keeps happening. And, so there literally are no more excuses, because all that shit that gets thrown at you is actually an opportunity to practice being the best version of yourself. So, Tony, do you want to come on camera? I'm going to allow you to talk, and I'm going to assume yes, because you don't need makeup. Oh, how did Rebecca get on camera? You can both be on camera. So, keep your camera off if you don't want to be on camera. And Alta, if you could promote Tony and Rebecca to panelists. And if they don't have their camera on, after 30 seconds, you know that they don't actually want to be on camera. So please promote Tony Petroza and Rebecca Bertoldi to panelists so they can go alongside.
Hello,
So good
Jen.
to
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you get your camera on?
No, I'm not ready. I don't have my makeup on yet.
All right, all
Uh,
right. So we're gonna
uh,
demote you.
sorry,
Really?
sorry, I'm late. I was in another meeting, but I
That's
really
okay.
wanted to be here, so I'm happy to be here because I got so much out of yesterday's. It was fantastic.
Yay! Tony is one of my lifelong friends, and I guess really not lifelong. I think we met when I was 16, and
Yeah.
he was this crazy nonconformist paratrooper punk rocker who changed my life. So we went through a lot of shit together. So sorry that you won't be on camera. Rebecca, I guess you're not willing to be on camera. So Jose, you're coming on camera. And if you could please um remove Rebecca and Tony Alta, and Jose, put your camera on or bring him up to panelists. Okay, so let's rub our hands together, put them at our heart center. Alta, you got to promote Jose to a panelist, and Jose, you got to put your camera on and remove Rebecca. All right, so we're going to start with 3 deep breaths. So today we're going to do big, giant breath in through our nose, and then we're going to let it out really loudly through our mouth. And you're muted, so it doesn't matter. And when you do that breath out, envision all the resistance, all the fear, all the anxiety, all the anger is leaving your body. Ah, so good. All right, so let's begin our journey with our eyes closed. Try to focus on your third eye, which is right here between your eyebrows. And we're going to begin our mindset reset, which is literally like a 10 to 15-minute reset for every morning, that no matter how much time you have 10, 15 minutes to get yourself energized, motivated, and in the right space to be able to tackle whatever that the day is going to bring to you. Okay, so we're going to do this through breath, movement, visualization, and getting ourselves into a space of gratitude. And gratitude is the ultimate space of receivership. Everybody nowadays talks about manifestation. Well, I can promise you, if you are not in a state of gratitude, you are not in a state of receivership. So that manifestation is not going to work. Not to mention all the action that you need to put in place. All right, so let's close our eyes. And we're going to begin with your favorite breath of fire. So we're going to put our hands like this, or you can use a guna mudra, whatever you like. I just like them like this. And a breath of fire is an equal, very rapid breath in and out through the nose, but you're going to pump your stomach. So when you're breathing in, your stomach should be going out. And when you're breathing out, your stomach should snap back to your spine. Very rapid. Think of a dog panting. And if you need to practice that way, you can, okay, but it really should be through your nose. And if you did not know that, breathing through your mouth causes anxiety, also causes excitement. So if you need to rev yourself up for something, breathing in and out through your mouth is a good thing. Okay. All right. So hands up. And let's begin. Oh, I got to do my timer. Sorry, guys. I did this yesterday too. Because otherwise I'll have you doing breath of fire for like 20 minutes. I don't think you want that. Okay. We are raising our energy, circulating it throughout our body. This is a very quick hack to getting you to a place of high energy, high frequency, so we can tap into this highest version of ourselves and into a place of gratitude, which is the ultimate space of receivership. Eight more seconds. You can do it. Stay strong. I do 3 minutes straight. So you can definitely do one. Hold. And release. Keep your eyes closed, focused on that third eye. And just observing the energy that is beginning to circulate in your body. Just observe how that feels, what has shifted. Okay, and we're going to begin again. And go. Twenty more seconds. You got this. Remember, we are practicing resisting, listening to our body and allowing our body to control our mind. So you need to overcome that loud voice telling you you can't do it. 9 more seconds. And when I say hold, you're going to hold at the top and hold your breath until you need to release. Hold. And release when you need to. And just observe. Okay, and let's get ready for the last round. Ready, go. This is something Tony Robbins does at his events, whether you're a fan or not. Imagine doing this in a room with thousands, hundreds, maybe not hundreds of thousands, but tens of thousands of people, all that collective energy. Fifteen more seconds, you got this. And hold. Pull in your mula band, which is like your abdomen, and hold, hold, hold. And release when you need to. Keep your eyes closed. And begin to envision. We're going to go to 3 moments of gratitude. It could be moments, it could be people, it could be things, anything that brings you that sense of gratitude. So think of your first thing and envision exactly where you are, who you're with. Get as detailed as you can. What are you wearing? What is the weather like? What time of year is it? And begin to embody those emotions of gratitude. It could be the simplest thing or a memory or just interactions that fill you full of gratitude. And just allow these emotions and begin to envision a beautiful golden light at your heart center here. You can put your hands at your heart center if it helps you to connect more. And just breathe in those emotions and allow them to flood throughout your entire body. Thank you. I am so grateful. Begin to envision a second memory or moment of gratitude and get as detailed as you can. And your eyes closed, focused on your third eye, envisioning this beautiful golden light washing away any negative emotions and filling you with gratitude. Get as detailed as you can with this memory. What are you wearing? Who are you with? What time of year is it? What do you smell? And allow these emotions to flood and overtake any thoughts. Just fill yourself with gratitude. And as we move into the third, envision your body is filled with this golden light of love and gratitude. And try to think of something very recent that filled you with this beautiful emotion of gratitude, this highest level of emotion. Breathe it in and breathe out resistance. And some days are harder than others. Today I'm literally envisioning Parker, my dog. And his unconditional love. And as this beautiful glowing light has filled your entire body, I now want you to start envisioning these goals, any goals, your big giant goals And I want you to start envisioning them as you have already achieved. You have just accomplished the major goal, one of your major goals. As soon as you realize you accomplished this goal, who's the first person you call? And what do you say? And how are you feeling? What do you do to celebrate? Let's picture that celebration in your mind. And what are the emotions you are experiencing? You experiencing joy, pride, relief that it actually happened. And now try to envision a second with your eyes closed. Try to envision your second goal accomplished. You're still embodying these emotions from your first goal. And who do you call? What do you say? And how do you celebrate? And what are those emotions and that you are experiencing? And allow these emotions to wash over you and this golden light to fill you as you picture this third goal. And these can be personal goals, professional goals, whatever kind of goals, spiritual goals, adventure goals, any goals that are important to you. And now picture yourself having accomplished that goal. And who's the first person you call? And what do you say to them? And what do they say to you? And what are those emotions? You're filled with joy and pride, excitement. You feel invigorated. You feel unstoppable. You feel powerful. You feel anti-fragile. You feel heroic. And just take a deep breath in. Envision this light washing throughout your body and begin to come back. And if you have any questions, please put them into the question box. If you have any thoughts, and if anybody wants to tell me the virtues that um, I'm laughing at you, Jose, because I think your dad was walking by with no shirt. Hopefully everybody had their eyes closed, but if you have any virtues or values that you unearthed yesterday, please put them in, and this would be a good time for any questions that you may have. But the mindset reset is an important part of becoming anti-fragile, in becoming the highest version of yourself. You cannot accomplish that with all that is going on within the world and all this information and stress and anxiety and anger. I mean, the anger is just intense out there. I mean, someone tried to get me into a political conversation yesterday and was kind of bullying me. And I'm like, look, I don't go there. I'm not having this conversation with you. But to be honest, most of my life, I probably would have tried to get into that conversation. I would have tried to have opinions, but none of it makes any sense. So why am I going to do away with these, my peace of mind, my energy, my vibrations that I work so hard to be operating at a really, really high level? I don't see the questions coming in, and I know we had them. So Alta and Jose, if you can please get that done. All right. I don't know why they're not putting them in. So I am going to just wish you guys a beautiful day and thank you so much. And remember that this mindset reset can be done a lot longer. I did this mostly in 3-minute sections, and you can do it as long as you want. You can start with just 1-minute sections. So 1 minute of breath of fire, 1 minute of gratitude, and 1 minute of, oh, here comes a question, and 1 minute of, huh, and 1 minute of visualizing your goals. And it's never perfect. I didn't do the affirmation today. The affirmation, I am capable, I am deserving, and I am achieving wonderful, incredible things, right? You can write your own affirmation, whatever's important to you. Journaling after you do the mindset reset, also super important. What comes up? So I have the question here where somebody is asking, how do I know what my virtues are? We covered a lot of that yesterday, but really you can just Google virtues and it comes up with an entire list. And you have your goals, right? All your goals, your personal goals, your professional goals, your adventure goals, your spiritual goals, your physical goals, whatever your goals are. And then try to envision what virtues you need to embody in order to accomplish those goals. And what is a really good trick until you're able to tap into this highest version of yourself and envision a highest version of yourself, or now after years of doing this, I can literally see the highest version of myself. I know how she dresses. I know everything about her, how she talks, how she walks, but it took me a long time. You can cheat. So picture somebody in whatever area of goal that you are thinking about. Picture somebody who has already achieved what you're looking to achieve and what virtues do they embody, and then make them your virtues. If you're embodying those virtues, you are likely to achieve those goals. The other question, how do I break the habits that stop me from doing my morning and evening routines? Good question. It took me, oh, Wendy, I love that. Give me 1 second. I want to read them. Wendy, do you want to come on and tell us? Can you promote Wendy to a panelist, please? But so how do you break the habits that stop you from doing your morning and evening routines? Repetition and lots of love. You got to be kind and gentle to yourself. I realized this year, and put your camera on if you want, Wendy. I realized, not this year, actually, it was about 3 years ago. I was so focused on being disciplined, right? And then I realized that discipline is actually a negative soundtrack. If only I was this, or if only I did more of that or less of this, I would be that. And then I turned that conversation from discipline to, this is what I deserve. These goals, these outcomes are what I deserve in life. They're not only if I'm a better person do I get, these are what I deserve. And so my morning routines and my AM and my PM routines help me to be in that place and really manifesting my dreams and my desires. Wendy's going to kill me because I can tell she's not like perfect, because she's always perfect. You look absolutely gorgeous, so don't think I'm saying you don't, but I know you. So unmute and please tell us your virtues, and then I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. There you
So
are.
just hi everyone. Hello. So virtues, just say them, or do you want me to say why? Just what
You do your thing. You got
okay,
you.
so
Let's
okay.
spotlight. Let's add her to my spotlight. Let me
Oh
see.
gosh, you're gonna spotlight me with this hair. Good morning. This is
You're
perfect. Real life, right?
beautiful.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I need to go to the gym. So yeah. Okay, so faith, I right now faith is actually my main virtue, and it's because I feel like in order to move forward, sometimes we need to believe in the unknown and just have faith that things will happen for you. Love, I think that I want to behave in a way where everything I do comes from a place of love. Hope, I just feel like you always need to have hope. When you go through difficult times, hard times, you need that spark inside you. That's hope. So that's why I chose hope and courage, courage to just be able to do the things that I need to do and just move forward, even on those days that I feel like I can't. And strength, well, strength to just keep pushing forward no matter what comes my way.
So, first of all, you embody all of those. And I'm just going to share something about you. And, Wendy has been through, I always think I've been through a lot, and I have, but it's a very different kind. Wendy's been through something that most people cannot survive. She lost a son who was of high school age. And she embodies every single virtue that she just spoke of. And I can't imagine that she would have been able to get through that and be the person who she is. We can get through things, but you can see the people as you are walking through life. You can see the people who have been through shit, but they allowed it to turn them dark, to turn them into this place of being a victim. And that could so easily happen because I just can't even imagine. I mentioned earlier about my oldest having a terrible car accident. I still haven't recovered from that. I hear ambulances, I start making phone calls. Did I ever tell you that the day that happened, I heard the ambulance and knew it was my daughter? I was with a client and he was like, and then the phone rang and it was the police. And he was like, how did you just know that? Because I was like, I heard the ambulance. I said, that's my daughter. So anyway, I, I can't, and I give you so much love and respect, but
Thank you.
you embody these virtues. Can you tell me when did you start? Because you can say that these are your virtues for the year, but I know, because I know you, you live, these are who you are. So do
Yeah, I
you
don't
have a
know when,
practice,
but
or did you?
what I did, now that you mentioned that, how sometimes you see people walking and you could tell what they've been through. Well, I've met mothers that lost children before, and I did not want to be them. Like, I met them and they were just, they were here, but they weren't. They were, people call them mean, evil. They were just soulless people. And I've met two women, and for me it was like, wow, like now I understand why they are the way they are. But I pray every single day, and I even told my husband this, I am afraid that I'm going to lose myself. I'm afraid. I always been like a bright, just sort of like take over the room type of person. Like, I always been like, I have a very, like, I don't know what you want to call it, but my spirit's always been very loud and just loving and caring, right? I always been, that's just who I am. So I pray that I didn't lose myself. I just pray that God gave me strength to not become dark, right? And I pray every single day, every time and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm like a sensitive person and things like I am, but my heart has been hardening. Like, I'm not fragile to certain things anymore, right? Like, when I hear of someone's passing now, it doesn't affect me anymore. Like, I feel sorry, I feel bad, but it's not the same that it was before, right?
Yeah,
So some
no,
things
I
do change
understand.
because I lost a son. So it's like nothing compares, right? But I just pray, honestly, Jennifer, I just pray that he gives me strength. And I didn't believe it. Like, I lost my faith for a few months because I couldn't understand why that happened, right? In the way that it happened. But I just kept praying. Every morning I will wake up at 6 a.m. I will grab this book that I have, 100 Ways to Overcome Trauma or something like that. And I would just read it in the morning, have my coffee, sit out in the sun, and just do that every single morning. And I did that for like a year, right? Every single morning, I would just wake up, shower, go out with my deck and read this book, and just a lot of stillness and a lot of just heart, right? Like, just putting your heart out there and not allowing what's going on to sort of take over you. So that's just it. You just have to be still, I
But
think.
those are protocols, those are routines, those are the
Yeah.
things that you did to fill your heart with the positive emotions and trying to find the lessons and the purpose, what is this, right?
Yeah, and it's an
Ha-
everyday struggle, but that's for everyone, right? Like no one's life is perfect for the most part, right? So, when you go through struggles, it's an everyday thing. We cannot expect a easy solution, right? Like we're not gonna get better. Sometimes you never get better, but you just learn how to overcome those things and become the best version of yourself while dealing with those things, right?
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
like
Well,
that's why
thank
I'm
you so
here
much.
with you to get better.
Well, thank you always for your vulnerability and every time I think of you so often because what you're able to overcome and still have so much to give and so much love that just radiates is an incredible gift to the world. So please keep sharing it, keep spreading it, keep being
I'm
vulnerable.
trying. That's the hardest part is the vulnerability part. I can't even pronounce the word because it's not just me. It's not me. Like you said, you always have like this thing where you want to be strong and you always been strong. So it's always the
You
same with
don't
me
have to
too.
be strong though, right? You
So
don't.
it's hard. Like every time I share, I just get like goosebumps and I start like, I just feel it in my body, like coming out. Like it's so weird. And because it's coming out of my comfort zone, right? Like it's not me.
See,
So
this
it's
is the
hard.
beauty of the anti-fragility because you don't need to be like this. You can literally be like, you know what? I know I'm going to get kicked right now, but I also know I'm going to be okay. And it's also okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be all this. It's just not okay to let those emotions then take control of your life.
Exactly. Hmm. Beautifully said.
Yeah. And
Thank
you've
you.
done an amazing job. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, all of you for being here today. Have a beautiful day. I have some surprises in store for Thursday and Friday, and I hope you have a great mindset reset.